Well, almost daily, we've been showing you data reporting unemployment claims about 8 months into this pandemic.
And numbers we got from the state show more than 94,000 people in Wisconsin are still waiting for their benefits. But those numbers are people, human beings. Every face you see here is someone with a story, and it's oftentimes an emotional one. They reached out to our consumer investigator, Kristen Byrne, in hopes that she could get some answers from the state after they couldn't. Here's Kristen and I-Team producer Marty Hope.
These are all emails about, that we received about unemployment. They're not getting answers, so they're reaching out to the TV stations. So I'm just asking people to give me their date of birth and their full name, and then I forward it on to the state, and a lot of people are at their wits' end. I can't afford my Wi-Fi bill, so my kids are struggling with turning in homework. I had one guy actually send me his resume.
Wow. Test 1, 2.
I appreciate you guys being here.
If it applies to you, we want you to raise your hand and keep it high.
Who has been waiting a month or more for your unemployment assurance or your PUA?
16 weeks.
4.5 months.
It's been 110 days today.
I am 20 weeks in.
15 weeks now.
21 weeks for my unemployment.
Has anyone dipped into their savings to make ends meet right now? Who's depleted their savings already?
If you can tell us your name, where you're from, your job, and a little bit about your experience.
They said that I reported the wrong wages.
They have misinformation that says that I quit a job when it was actually an internal transfer.
On my application, it said I have been fired from 2 places, even though they got bought out.
The message back to me was that there was something wrong with my claim and that I would need to call the number. The same number that I've been calling for 6 months that no one answers.
I lost my apartment. I lost my home. I also have a 4-year-old son who's staying with his dad in Texas right now because I can't provide.
I recently had to move back with my mom.
My daughter, she's been waiting on her benefits now for over 5 months. I mean, my family is falling on hard times because we are paying her rent for her.
I am 8 months behind in child support. I am 66 days behind in a car payment.
I saved my money. I paid my taxes. I paid my student loans off. I went to work every day working 2 jobs. This is a social safety net that we've all earned as citizens of this state. And the powers that be have made it almost impossible to get it.
We have been patient. We all have been very patient. We've been more than patient.
They can't get answers, so they're just calling the news. We are trying to help as many people as we can because now it's October. And see what kind of progress has been made on those cases I sent over. Thanks so much.
So I appreciate your help, your time, and we're going to do what we can. Some of these people are emailing back saying thank you. I've already received my payment, or thank you, I've got some answers, someone returned my call. But look at this list. There's a lot to go through.
And I think at some point too, people are just happy to hear something. Anything.
Yeah, something.
What a powerful story, Kristen. And consumer investigator Kristen Byrne joins us live now with more on the incredible amount of money the people that you worked with have received.
Yes, you know, those are just two. We sent more than 80 emails over to the state, Susan, and remember, there's more than 94,000 people still waiting. But so far, I've heard from about 28 people, and that number, you know, it changes daily.
Kristen, you had so many people involved in this story. How did you get all those folks to agree to this one meeting and come on there and share with each other and share with you all these important things about the conversation?
So this all started October 7th. We ran a story and I was able to help a couple of people out. I forwarded their cases to the state, asking for further review. They got their money, unemployment money, just days later. And as part of that story, I asked the state, or people, I said, you know, email me if you have been waiting months for your unemployment. And the emails started coming in and they really haven't stopped. But I started to tell people, I said, listen, we're going to have a Zoom. We got to do something with all these people responding. So I invited them to a Zoom on October 14th, and about 36 people showed up. And it took about 2 hours, but we wanted to give them a platform to share their stories. We talk about all the statistics, but we wanted to put a face to the numbers. And these are people just like you and me. They lost their jobs, and here they are.
And they've been going through such a frustrating process. Kristen, I know today's story was just one part of what you're working on. What are you working on next to try to make a difference here?
Yes, thank you for mentioning that. So starting tomorrow, we have a series of stories where we are investigating the cause of this problem, and we're offering possible solutions to it as well, because this has just been a mess for so many people, and we're going about it at different angles. First, we're going to talk about how many people believe that this system was just set up to fail from the start. So the outdated technology, the red tape being a couple things. We're also going to talk about the call centers. How effective are they, and were they? Are they the best use of the money? And finally, we want to talk about, where do we go from here? What do we do now? What do we do so that this doesn't happen again?
Very powerful. Look forward to your reporting, Kristen. Thank you so much for joining us live this morning.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.